know what computers and Windows together mean. I don't use it. Why? Because I decided that I'm going to change the way I work, and I'm going to look at the free software that's available, and I'm going to use only free software. And that's what I use. I use a piece of hardware here, which it doesn't get more proprietary than this. The Apple MacBook is probably one of the most proprietary pieces of hardware that you can ever buy. But I don't use the nice software that comes with it, which they call Mac OS. I don't use that. I'm using free and open source software on this. I've been called mentally disturbed for doing that, but I still use it. I don't use what comes packaged with it because it's proprietary, it's closed, and I cannot make any changes to it. I cannot make any changes at all to the way that I want to work. I have to live with what it gives me. The other problem is Tina. Okay, Tina's not my girlfriend, so she's not really the problem. Tina is, there is no alternative. There is no alternative. And this is the perception that everybody has. They say, fine, you're talking about free and open source software, but what do I use? What should I be using? The answer is, there is so much choice. In fact, I was talking to Professor Bandyopadhyay earlier, and one of the things that came across, he said, what should I use for a scientific package on my desktop, or what Linux distribution is the best? I said, I'm sorry, I cannot answer that. What is best for you may not be best for me. I have the choice. I have the freedom to do what I want. I can choose the software right from the point, the way the whole system boots up, the way my word processor needs to look, the way my browser needs to look. Every single thing I can change, and I can make it work the way I want it to work. So there is an alternative. Now, I'm going to talk very briefly about, since we talk about free and open source software, we call Linux the Sania Mirza of the free and software world. It's the poster child. It's the one thing that has been out there for so long, people are beginning to notice it today. Some people have started using Linux. Linux is not the only free and open software that is out there. There's a lot more to it. But at least this is something that has been around and has been tried and tested by a lot of people and is beginning to gain quite a bit of traction. But let's come back to a slightly different thing again. How many of you here use Firefox? Okay, see, so many more hands went up. When I asked you how many of you know about free and open source software, only 4 hands went up. But now, you tell me that you know about a product called Firefox. Why do you use Firefox? Can you raise your hands again? Okay, why do you use Firefox?
Internet browsing. It is better than Internet Explorer.
There you go. So he answered it in two points. He uses it for internet browsing, but it is a better browser than Internet Explorer. And that is the important thing. Free software drives innovation. You get stuff which is better than the proprietary software. And because it is better, people start using it. In a similar way, there is something called OpenOffice. How many of you know about OpenOffice? There, again, a few more hands, a little less than Firefox, but at least some of them went up. Do you also know that this software is available cross-platform? Cross-platform means that I can use this literally on any device. I use it on my little phone out here. I use it on my laptop here. I use it on a big supercomputer. I use it on a laptop, on little netbook, just about anything. If I could use it on my camera, I would do that as well. Okay, so it is actually cross-platform software. I can use it on any platform that I want. So if you are hesitating in using free and open source software, your first step towards migration is on Windows, download and start using free software. And there is a huge, huge collection of what is available for you there. For email, you can use something called Thunderbird. For chatting, I'm sure all of you chat. How many of you don't chat? Yeah, I'm going to believe that. You don't chat? Right. Okay. He's either telling lies or he wants, brownie points with the professors out here.
I really don't care.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so then maybe you need to look at Pigeon. Pigeon is what we call a multi-protocol program, which lets you use MSN, Yahoo Messenger, Google Talk, ICQ, IRC, a Jabber server, Zephyr, AOL. I mean, the list just goes on and on. All of them from one single window. So you can have you can even include Facebook into it. So you can have all your Facebook friends also show up in the same little window. And you can chat with all of them. How many of you have not used Google? Yeah, try and raise your hand again. Okay, so all of you have used Google. Do you realize that Google is one of the largest contributors to free and open source software? Do you know that Google lets out its software on a regular basis for developers to pick up and use? Do you know that Google runs a project every summer called Google Summer of Code, where they pull students like you and get you to write software? They pay you money. They give you t-shirts, nice t-shirts. The Google t-shirts are very nice. They give you t-shirts. They give you a mentor. They make you write code, and they use that code in their projects. How many of you have heard of Yahoo? Okay. Trick question. I expected that. Okay. Yahoo, again, is one of the largest contributors to open source. These companies are commercial entities, yet they find that providing you with the openness to the source, they are doing good rather than doing bad. It's like Professor Joshri Roy said before she left. She said, when you share your knowledge, it does not reduce. When you share your knowledge, it actually increases. By giving you a piece of software, I am no longer a programmer. I used to be a programmer at one point of time. I am no longer a programmer. If I give you code that I wrote 10 years ago, you will look at that code and you will make modifications to it. You will only improve it. By improving that code, other people will benefit from it.